My name is Imani Reynolds, and I am a clinical associate in modern intimacy. When I was in high school, I actually took a psychology class and I just really fell in love and became passionate about wanting to help people. So, taking that class, and then in addition to my wanting to help others, I decided that mental health would be a good field for me to get into. I started to have a passion for wanting to help others when it came to sexuality issues. It was something that I just noticed around me was something that wasn't really talked about. And I thought it was something that was important for us to be able to talk about as a society. So I received my bachelor's in psychology from California State University, Sacramento. I got my master's in counseling with an emphasis in marriage and family therapy, and I am currently working on my PhD in human sexuality at California Institute of Integral Studies. And my specialization is around sexual trauma, sexual desire, and sexual intimacy. I really believe in the strength of the therapeutic relationship, so I do my best to make sure I am creating a good rapport with my clients so that they feel comfortable opening up in the therapy space. People come from so many different backgrounds and issues that they're coming with, that it's important that they are receiving treatment that is specialized to them. I use a blend of different treatment modalities when working with my clients, such as trauma-focused CBT, mindfulness, client-centered therapy, narrative therapy. Unresolved trauma can impact people in a significant number of ways, especially if it is something that they are not aware of. It can unconsciously impact them in a lot of different areas in their life, and they might not even realize that it is impacting them currently. So I think it's important to be able to point that out and help the client with healing through that trauma so that they can live a more fulfilling life. Sex and mental health are very intrinsically linked with each other, and that it is really important to focus on our sexual health just as we would focus on any other issues that we might be having in our life. So looking at the different messages that somebody might be given that have been contributing to this shame, and looking at those and how we can try to change some of those messages so the person is decreasing their shame. I also like to talk to clients about increasing their self-compassion, because I think that is a really integral part of reducing shame as well. It is really important for me to create an inclusive space. I try to create a space in which I am knowledgeable about these different areas, and people can feel safe to be able to talk about different things that they might not be comfortable with. One of my goals is to create a therapy space in which people can come and feel comfortable, who are from marginalized communities such as the LGBTQ plus population, people who belong to communities such as kink, BDSM, people in polyamorous relationships, also people of ethnic minorities. When working with couples, I like to start with acknowledging that each individual is their own unique person, and normalizing the having different sets of needs and values for each person. I then work with the couple finding overlap in ways in which they are similar, and negotiating in areas in which they have differences. As someone who has experienced trauma in their childhood and didn't recognize the impact that it had on myself until I was in my early adulthood, at that point, I went to therapy, and I was able to get a lot of tools and a lot of support to be able to not only understand the trauma that I experienced and what happened to me, but how it also impacted my life and was coming up for me in different areas in my adulthood.